Hey guys, welcome back. So I have some more new products to share with you guys. My friend Danny had been talking up this brand for a while now, and it's called Salt New York. It's a makeup artist started brand, and they offer magnetic palettes as well as pro cream pigments. They're so beautiful, and they're meant for using on the face and the lips. And I just couldn't resist. I actually ordered 12 out of their 18 colors and one of their small palettes. And I really have been enjoying them so much. I find that cream products sit my skin really well. They're very maneuverable and skin-like. They have such a beautiful texture to them that I just had to share them with you guys. So first of all, the line consists of 3 different types of cream products, and each type has 6 colors in them, and they're meant to cater to all skin tones, which is wonderful. Their products are also vegan and cruelty free, and the palettes are really nice. They're really meant to last, so you can refill them. It makes them kind of eco-friendly because you're just buying the pans and sticking them into this palette that you'll always have, as opposed to tossing the packaging of each pan, if that makes sense. I was very appreciative of how fast the products arrived to me. The shipping was very quick. Within a week, I got my products. The packet was really nicely wrapped, but not very bulky. And the checkout and everything was so smooth. I was very happy with all of that side of things. The palette itself is magnetized, so when you let it go, it has a magnet that shuts it. It comes with a mirror, and it has this fancy zipper closure to it. It really reminds me of a Kate Spade wallet, but it is faux leather. The Cream Tip Pro pans themselves come with 0.15 ounces of product, and the dimensions are 1.5 inch by 1.5 for reference. There are some appealing ingredients in here that jump out, like grapeseed oil, jojoba seed oil, pomegranate seed oil, vitamin E, vitamin C. So overall, I think that these products are great for anybody really, but if you have very oily skin, you might not naturally gravitate towards such emollient products. I do find that they don't really feel that sticky or like they're moving or settling into fine lines or pores. But I am also very dry, so I don't necessarily need to set them down with powder, but a lot of people would definitely prefer that finish, I think. And so enough chit chat. Let me just show you the products. So these are 4 colors that are some of my favorite. I also have these 8 colors that I chose here, so you can see the range that I went for. And I do tend to prefer cool tones, so I chose 3 cool tone blushes and 2 warm tone blushes, with the addition of this rust shade, which is warm toned but more shimmery. Each of these pans retails for $16 a piece. I did purchase mine in a bundle discount, where with the purchase of the palette case and at least 4 cream pans, I was able to get 30% off my entire purchase, which was, you know, pretty good. And I think that they do have that, and I think that they still have that deal going on as of when I'm filming this. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the meat of things. So I'm starting with already having done my eyeshadow, which, if you're interested, I did use the Vizier eyeshadow base with my Natasha Denona bronze palette for a simple smoky eye. I used True Bronze, Alloy, Rhodium, Deep Dive, Ridge, Sundown, Beach over here, just for a very soft smoky eye that you can see here. And I used some concealer around the eyes. Now I'm gonna go for an all over lightweight base for really natural coverage. And this is the Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I did apply a bit of my by Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Primer all over my face at the beginning. And I think I'm just going to put this mainly on the cheeks, nose, chin. I have a few little spots over here as well. Hakuhodo Sephora brush here. And just lightly blend this into the skin. I haven't put any powder, but I find that the creams can be layered on top of powder, especially if you're an oilier skin type. It's a nice way to keep longevity. I think I will take some setting powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in the shade Fair. I'm going to spot set using the Isom W35 Sable Hair Brush. Set my product right around the areas I need more coverage. Now for the fun stuff. So I've got all of the colors that I purchased right here in this palette. As you can see, I chose 12 colors. These top 4 colors are from the Radiant Cream Pro Tint line. There are 6 in that collection. I'm missing one that sits between these 2 colors and an even deeper highlighting cream. These 3 here are from the Sculpt and Bronze collection, of which there are also 6 colors. I have the lightest 3 here. This one is the lightest bronze, the second lightest bronze, which is light medium bronze, and then this one here is a sculpting shade, like a contouring color, that is ideally for medium to light skin tones. It's a little bit grayer in tone, and I thought that these would be a really nice combination for somebody within my coloring. But there are, like I said, 3 even deeper colors appropriate for deeper skin tones. And then these 5 shades right in here are cheek and lip colors. They are meant for both of those tasks. And I have all of the ones except for one, the deepest warm toned color I didn't purchase, but I have the other 5. For each sort of category of skin tone, Salt New York does have an option. So for lighter skin tones, these 2 are really fabulous. There's the warm and the cool. For medium skin tones, these 2 are really appropriate, warm and cool. And then for the deepest skin tones, I've got the cool here, and there's a warm counterpart. So I really enjoy the fact that this brand is inclusive and that these pans come in these single forms that you can pop into different palettes. And I chose the mini size. There's also one that fits like 8 colors in them, but I liked this little quad sized palette and they look so cute. If I wanted to travel with my colors, I could pick out a shimmer, a blush, a bronzer, and maybe either the contour shade or that sort of shimmery blush color that is great for making the bronzer a little bit glowier. That is the one I'm talking about is Rust, this one here. That could be kind of my alternate that I add to it. It's a really great little travel palette that I could even use for eyeshadows or something like that. Enough talking. let's go ahead and start applying to the complexion. So I think that I'm going to apply some with a sponge, my favorite Esom Pro Blending Sponge, and some with a brush so you can see the difference. And I might even use my fingers a little bit so you can see what that's like as well. For my brush, this one is the Shakuda 3D foundation brush, and that's what I'll be using for the creams today. I really love this brush with these creams. To start, I'm going to use the Sculpt and Bronze Crim Tint Pro in Light. This is the lighter of the two bronzers I picked up. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with my brush here. I like to start right at the cheeks. And this product really applies seamlessly. It looks so soft and skin-like. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to bring this up to the temple a bit and across the cheek, across the nose. So I bet you can kind of see that this looks a lot more bronzed and a little bit tanned. And I'm going to show you this color with the sponge on the other side. I find that it maybe doesn't pick up quite as much product as the brush does, but it blends in very nicely. To show you the difference in color, this one is the light bronze and this one is the light medium. And then this one here is the contour. So I'm gonna put a little bit of the light medium bronze on next. On this side, I'm going to start with a brush. You can see immediately that starts to deepen out. If you want more color built up, you can use a stamping motion like I'm doing now. And if you want a sheer wash, you can use like a swiping motion. Okay, and then on the other side with a sponge. I mean, doesn't that just look divine on the skin? It's so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and use a bit of the contour shade so you can see how that deepens out my sort of cheekbones into the hollow of the cheekbone. Okay, the other side, I'm going to use the side a little more precise. Stamp that right in there. Over a little bit of time, it does start to settle, but very minimally. It does feel a little tacky on the skin, so if you have problems with product really moving and settling into your smile lines, and you don't like the feeling of the tacky hydrating cream product that this is, you may want to set it all with powder. We're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of blush. I think one of the most popular blushes is this one right here, the Rose. So I'm gonna show that on the cheeks as well. First, I'm gonna wipe off the excess product from my brush. Take a bit of this. It's just a really natural looking flush, and it would work for a lot of skin tones. And like I said, for the deepest skin tones, they do have a similar color that is just quite a few steps deeper. For instance, this blackberry is that cooler flush that you might be looking for. And speaking of blackberry, I might as well show you what that looks like. So I'm going to take a little bit. I'm going to put some of this on the outer part of the apple of my cheek over here. It has that beautiful red berry stained look. Isn't that pretty? Absolutely love this one. And then this one here is kind of in between those two colors. This one is the raspberry, blackberry, and this one was rose. So you get an idea of those colors. But I'd like to put a little bit of one of these warmer toned colors on too. You can see this guy is peach. And I'm going to put that closer towards the center here and towards the nose. Pretty. So I'm going to catch up the other side with my sponge. First going into rose. Right on the center of the cheek there. And I'm going to take blackberry, put that right on the outer part of the apple of my cheek. And then finally a little bit of peach on the center part and along the nose. Okay, for highlighter, like I said, I have these 4 shades up here that are technically the highlighter formula, and they do have some really nice shimmer. This one here I plan to use as more of a shimmery blush because it is that really beautiful rust color. And I can go ahead and swatch all 4 of those for you guys because they do have subtle incremental depth. You can kind of see the differences in undertone as well. So I think beige is really suitable for my skin tone, especially right now. This one's a little bit brighter and more shocking. This guy here is warm tan and it's very golden and a little bit peachy. And then like I said, we've got rust, which I plan to use as more of a blush topper or a blush on its own. I think I'm going to go ahead and try on beige first. And the brush I want to use with the shimmery highlighter is my Shakuda 821 flat angled brush. It's a little bit stiffer and smaller, and I can go ahead and pick up more product and stamp that on. So I'm going to try this brush. It has quite the beautiful lit from within skin-like glow to it. Oh. Meant to do this with a sponge on this side. I think that's gorgeous. Pearl. It's going to be a really pretty color when I lose my summer tan. I'm going to take this brighter color and put it down the center of my nose. I think I'm going to pick up a bit of rust. Taking a bit more pearl. I'm going to apply it with my fingertip because I have some texture on my nose, so I think with the fingertip it'll warm the product up, make it meld in a little bit better. I would like to put a shimmer on the lid. I think the most appropriate color might be the warm tan. I think that's really pretty. Bringing it through the crease a little bit. What do you think? A little bit on the brow bone? I'm taking the iciest color, Pearl, with a small Esom brush. bringing it on the brow bone a tad. Okay. So for the lips, I think I'm gonna try this coral color with a small lip brush. This is the W19 from Esom. I don't always love these lip cheek duos on the lips. Most of the time the formula is better suited on the cheeks, in my opinion. But these have a really nice consistency that is very smooth, and like I said, it doesn't travel too much. So it really looks like a lip product as opposed to a cheek product that you're putting on your lips, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna take a bit of blackberry on my top lip here. To deepen the edges. What I like to do to keep it more in place is to take off the top layer and just blot that off. That ensures a little bit more of a stain and also mattifies. And then I'll go in with a second layer if I want to bring back some of that bright color and gloss. All in all, as you could probably tell, I'm very pleased with these products and think that they're very versatile and easy to use. You can use them all over the face and they just look very, very flattering. I don't think you can go wrong. I think that each product is pigmented enough that you don't need to use very much, and that means that there's less of a likelihood of product moving around and sweating off and settling because there isn't much to move. They are very efficient and effective, beautiful. I definitely give them 2 thumbs up. I'm very much enjoying them. So I hope that this was helpful and that you enjoyed hanging out with me and playing with some makeup today. And if you have any questions, comments, or just want to chat, I would love to hear from you. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Alrighty, love you lots, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye, Cake Face fam.